Okay, my Cybertruck is on FSD, the latest version 14.3. Whatever, .4 or 2 or 3 or whatever. And this is how it decided to park. I guess all these lines confused it, and it thought it's supposed to diagonal park. Like, what the? I mean, I guess I could plug in and charge, but... And I don't know why they painted it like this. This makes it look like no parking, so... Part of it is whoever painted the lines, part of it's whoever installed the chargers, and a big part of it is the people that did the software. It should know these chargers are flat. It should park flat, like perpendicular to it, right? And then it should know your charge port is here. You want the cable to come here. So don't park with the charge port over here, then the cable has to come all the way around the vehicle. And then, or if you park all the way over here, then the cable won't reach. So, or if you park too far this way, then this way it's not going to reach either. So I don't know, Tesla should be able to easily fix that. Go, here's the charge port, here's where the cable's coming out of this. Charge port should be on this side. Take the cable, plug it in. If this is flipped over this way, park further over to this side, then the cable comes out of here and then plugs in to there. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to program that. Alright, if you work for Tesla and you install these, or if you work for the electrician company, whoever installs these kind of things, here's how you should install it. You see these stalls? This should not be directly behind your car. The charge port is on the side of the car, okay? So having the charge port behind the car does not make it so you can reach the plug. The cables here are very short. If my car is moved over this way, it's very hard to reach the plug over. Not only that, but this cable hits your car, it's whatever, so you don't want it like that. You want it like this. Also, if you put the plug in here, and sometimes these suck at holding the plug and it just falls out, if you have it right behind, it can fall out and it'll hit your car instead of just falling down here. So, yeah, okay. So here's how you're supposed to design it. You see where this plug comes out from? It doesn't matter if it's facing on this side or on this side, okay? This is where you want your charge port to go. So the car will back up, the charge port will be on the driver's side, and you want it coming out here. So if it's over here, if this piece is coming out from here, the car's rear should be over here. So that's how you paint the lines. Technically, you can fix this just by repainting the lines and leaving these where they are, okay? So basically, the way this is, honestly, I would flip it so that this comes out of this side. So when you back up your car, you're backing up in between here. This one, if you want your charge port lined up more, you're backing up your car and it's gonna hit this. You don't want your people's cars to hit this, right? I'm pretty sure if you install these, you've seen a lot of these where this plastic thing has fallen out or whatever. Or, yeah, you don't want that, because then people are backing into the charge ports. And then people's solution is putting those big pillars in the middle. Like, you don't need that if you install these properly and if you do the lines properly, okay? So I get that the people that paint are probably different than the people that do this. So I guess teach the people how to paint, but also teach people how to do this, because if you put that like that, people think the line is supposed to be, this is the parking spot. And this kind of line is so confusing. It makes it look like you're not supposed to park here at all. The car parked diagonal in this, thinking this is the parking spot to go there. But obviously, if the chargers face this way, you back straight, right? Okay, so easy fix first is painting the lines. This area, I would say halfway in the charger, should be where the line starts. This area would be a no parking zone, or it can be extra for handicap or whatever. But right in between, that's where the thing would go. Again, that's if this is here. If this piece is on this side, then you would park this way, which is how it should be. It should be flipped, because you want to back up so that the charger is not something you're going to hit. If you accidentally overshoot it and you hit the curb, your car should not touch the charger. It will just hit, it would go in between both chargers. The Teslas, they have the side cameras, so you can see that you're not going to hit the chargers, okay? If you install these right, this space in between chargers should be enough to fit a Cybertruck, okay? That way, every single EV should be able to squeeze in between there, and if you want, you can park beyond this curb. So if done right, you park there, you back in as much as possible, you make your tires barely touch there if you want, then you don't need the extra little bumper on the floor that people like to put in, right? You don't need that tire bumper thing. You don't need those tripping hazards. You just have the curb. Then the vehicles park in between here. You don't need this metal thing here. You can add them on top of here if you want. That way you don't have to do extra work putting a thing into the ground here. All right, makes sense, right? You don't want to pay for these dumb poles to be put in the ground, because you got to do cement and all of that. You can do those on top of these. They have the 250 kilowatt, 150 kilowatt. Put one of those that say no parking, right? It makes sense. Why, who came up with these designs? I don't know. But anyways, if you install this right, so let's say this is flipped over, so you'd be parking basically from the other side. So the car would be backed up and it would be here. So this car backed up and it'll be here. Basically the driver's side would be here. So when you go to get this plug, you take it out. You can go either side from this or this. So if you do it that you can park from either side, some people like to put painted lines on this side as well as painted lines on the other side. But I would avoid doing that just because you don't want, well, I guess you can do painted lines on both sides, so that way if there's non-Tesla EVs where the charger's on the front of the vehicle, maybe on the other side, left or right. But if you do what I suggest and you have it to where cars can park in between the chargers, no matter what style your car, this plug will reach. This will fit in the middle of those like Nissan Leafs or whatever, the ones that's in the front. If you have another car where it parks on the other side, I mean, if you just use a different parking spot, right? The other side, the opposite. But then you can block two chargers. So I guess if you have painted on the other side, that helps for those kinds of cases. But yeah. So again, easiest fix, just repaint these lines and put the lines in between both chargers. One problem I guess here is, I mean, if you back up and your tires are in between both chargers and they hit, this cord will be long enough, okay? This cord will be long enough to reach. So let's say if I parked further over, okay, and I made it fit in between here. As you can see, my truck would fit in between. I just have to be make sure to watch the little side cameras here, those little cameras, to make sure that this is going in between. Very simple. Then this cable can for sure reach, no problem, right? Even if it's all the way over there. But like even here, it's sticking out, it fits no problem. So all this short slack cable, which makes it to where people have to keep reparking their cars because a lot of people don't know how to park their cars to use the chargers properly. You see, if they fix the line, if I came further over here, then this cable needs to come all the way out over here, go around my vehicle, and then twist and try and plug in over here. This is stupid. So again, easiest fix, paint the lines properly. This is okay if you paint the lines properly, which means the car should park in between. See, if my car moved over further and then it could go back even further because it won't hit the two chargers, that's fine. It doesn't even need to be in between the chargers. I can just make it to where it's not touching it, like this, and the cable will reach fine. So whoever paints these lines, that's the first thing that Tesla needs to train. But I would say train them to do the whole entire job right. The V3, or is it V3 or V4? The newest Superchargers, the 325 kilowatt ones, that solves that you can be stupid with painting the lines and you can still reach the chargers. But honestly, teach people how to paint these lines properly and all these chargers will work better. All right, I'll see you guys.